Awesome. I do want to touch on that a little bit too. Like with, I want to back up. You were talking about being commissioner for like the qualifiers and stuff for One Wheel, working with Future Motion and stuff. Like, what do you? How many races have you done that for? Like, which race of the rail did you start at? Like 2020?
During the pandemic, I went out with Dom to race for the rail. One Wheel invited me to come out, and I just kind of, I was around. I kept being like, hey, if you guys need help, I'm here. I know how to run events. Let me know what I can do to help.
Right.
I ended up just being like the flag at the end of the race, which was super fun. I got to dump champagne all over Floaty when he won. It was really fun, really good time. And then Sarah, who runs, is really like, she really runs everything for the ORL behind the scenes. She was like, I should have recruited you more. It would have been great to have some help. And so like we, from there kind of started talking more. And then One Wheel just invited me to be like the commissioner and help out with the events. And then that's when I asked John and Chelsea to be part of it as well, because I just said I didn't really feel comfortable taking on that much myself.
Sure.
I won't lie, I had a couple cocktails.
Every good story starts with a couple cocktails.
So yeah, I was feeling a little like brave, like, all right, and I don't know, I like took my phone, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna Facebook Live. I've never done that. I'm gonna Facebook Live our ride. And I'm like, yeah, we do our little ride every year. And then something in my brain, I was just like, I'm gonna go as fast as I can down this mountain. And I went, brr, and it just like, I don't even know, like it went from like me being like, there's all our friends, to like, woo, and then you just hear like the V1 kind of, woo, and then, and then phone flies, and like, I just like fully like, I ran it. I just remember being like, I just want the grass, and like running, and like kind of made it over, tumbled, like hammered my ankle. Was just like, oh god, why did I do that? Like just so dumb. But yeah, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny at the time. I just like got back with the One Wheel, and all my friends were like, what the hell did you just do? And I was like, I don't know. That was dumb. And I just like got on my board and like slowly rode home.
The competition sounds kind of hot this year too, right? I mean, like new riders versus like some people coming out of the woodworks versus like your OGs and stuff. Like, how's that playing out? Like, just seeing it.
I mean, there's, people want to be in there, man. They want to go to race for the rail. I'm already getting friends from California, like, well, I'm coming to Easterns, I didn't make it at Westerns, I got to come out, so can I camp in your yard, bro?
What's the prize money for finals again? Like, what's it?
I should know that, but we haven't really come. I mean, it's at least 10,000.
Okay.
I think last year it was 10K per rider, if I remember correctly. And I'm sure it will be at least that. I would imagine. And then you
gotta have something to pay for all those board repairs, right?
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's it'll be a substantial amount. Sounding like, I talked to Ren this weekend. It sounds like he might come out and hang again and help us do some of the live stream stuff. So that's exciting. I'm not going to say for sure yet because, things can change.
Taylor's back here getting a rager.
He's a Ren fanboy
that is like
for sure.
One person that I want to meet.
He's so
everyone's
awesome.
like, I'll talk to him like, yeah, I just saw him. I'm like,
dude, he did wear our sweatshirt on one of his videos, and we were all like, holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, he's such a great guy, and he's so into One Wheel, and just like, big heart, cool dude, super fun to hang out with. And
yeah.
You can't
and
say
I'm sure I'll be talking to Javier as well. And,
You can't say I have a rager, because if he ever sees this, he'll be like, I want to meet that guy. He's weird.
It's like, that's really awkward.
Absolutely, I can say it.
I mean, you are weird.
Everybody can get fucking pwned. If you come on the pushback, be expected to be made fun of somehow.
Be expected for Taylor to get a rager.
Very cool. What are you expecting for finals this year? Like the event in Reno, like is it all just race as well? Race for the rail? Is there like vendors and stuff to come out? Like,
it's mainly, there'll be probably a couple vendors, maybe, some folks that have, but it won't be like, it's mainly it's One Wheel's big Super Bowl,
Sure.
so that's it'll be mainly a One Wheel,
spectators.
Oh yeah, spectators, please, yes. If you want to come check it out, once you find out, but Reno, it's really close to Reno, so you're kind of looking in that Reno, Tahoe, Truckee, somewhere in that area. So if you're in any of those areas, you'll be pretty close.
Very cool.
Where do people go to buy tickets to your events?
FloatLifeFest.com right now for FloatLife Fest, and then like I said, we will have wheelofween.com here up in the next few weeks, something like that. Kai Miller is doing our graphics for it, Swerve Clothing, so he did our Wheel of Ween graphics. Big shout out to him. And I know that a lot of the Florida folks are super pumped about Wheel of Ween already. Like it's just being so like barely just announced. People are fired up and on board, so I'm really excited about that one. And it's going to be a really great venue for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and be, kind of back to that roots of like camping and hanging out with each other and just getting nutty in a field. And
dude, I'm stoked. I'll be reaching out again, especially after the episode, see if we can either plug into FloatLife Fest somehow, or if we can.
Would love that, man. Definitely want to get you guys out there for sure.
Well, here's my question. So, for people who don't know you, I mean, part of what we typically do, we want to ask you like how'd you get into One Wheel and stuff like that. But real quick before we do that, as far as like introductions go, we've recently, some people have been watching our podcast and leaving feedback and saying like, oh, I don't have a One Wheel yet, but I'm watching your stuff and I'm getting really stoked, or my One Wheel's on the way and I just am consuming all the One Wheel stuff that I can. But some of those people aren't going to know who you are, so can you just give us a little like a shameless plug for yourself right now and just talk about how you're connected and what you do and all that?
Went to a trade show the first year that One Wheel ever came to Outdoor Retailer, and we were buying new products for the store, trying to think of new cool things. And I grew up skateboarding, loved skateboarding as a kid. Saw this One Wheel, I'm like, I'd only seen him a little bit online at that point. I was actually considering bringing boosted boards into the store just because I rode one of those at the Miami Boat Show. It was like, oh, this is sick. It was the first year they'd had those. Tried it the first day. It was like, that's so sick. I think I about took Julian out. My partner at the time was like, no way, we're not selling that shit. But then his daughter tried it on the last day. And so she got the final call, and he was like, here's the dealer info. I guess we could do that. I know I want one, you want one. And it was like, cool, like awesome. But we brought him into the store. We sold them for 5 years. We closed the store a few years ago, right before the pandemic started. But we became the biggest one-wheel dealer in the country for a number of years.